Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is okay. Just okay. But here is the thing with okay. When you're making a AAA game in 2024, making it a live service game, meaning any time the servers could be shut off, rendering the game unplayable, making it £60 during a global cost of living crisis, and making it a completely different style of game while being set in a universe that is beloved, just okay can seem to some like terrible. So let's sit down, talk through the good and the bad, and then decide if just okay is in fact okay. Starting off with the things I like. Movement. By far my favourite part of the game is the movement. While the core systems for each character don't change, each character does feel unique while moving around the map, and this truly lets the character's personality shine. This gives the player a constant flavour of the character at all times. As well as this, the characters being more alive due to the movement has the added benefit of making the world feel even more alive as well, due to the vivid interaction between player and the environment throughout the gameplay loop story. The story is without a doubt good. The comedic timing of the squad, as well as being unsure of the stakes of the situation and having to wait for things to just organically unfold, mixed with the juxtaposition of the Hall of Justice holograms compared to your eventual interactions with the Justice League, actually accomplish giving you the feeling of being a part of the team, and you are having to make the hard decisions to kill the Justice League just like them. Boomerang and Shark steal the show for me personally, as the game does afford them the funniest one-liners and moments, as well as some of the more grounded moments. The visual design. The art style of this game is very appealing to me. They've taken great time and effort in designing the enemies, the squad, the side characters and the Justice League. I think the art style works perfectly for the tone of the game. In essence, you're playing as 4 serial murderers who are all to some degree clinically insane, so the bright colours as well as the over-the-top animations when triggering abilities and the such makes sense against the bleak landscape of a destroyed and crumbling metropolis. This creates a brilliantly uneasy feeling and is a masterpiece of creating a tone-fitting environment. This is even more evident in the Batman Museum mission, where you're being stalked throughout the previous Arkham games by the Batman, once again using the lighting and situation to make a genuinely terrifying and awesome experience to play. Content roadmap. The content roadmap is also a very good look at what's to come. They've guaranteed at least a year of updates, and while I don't like having to hope they keep their word, the look of what they have planned is promising. They've announced 4 seasons. Each season will be comprised of 3 episodes and will contain a new playable environment, new boss fights and enemy variants, new weapons and gear inspired by iconic DC villains, new activities and Riddler content, but of course the largest appeal is the new characters, including the first being confirmed as the Joker. Adding in new characters will add replayability in spades and give friends more options to try out different squad combinations to really find a way to make their playthrough both fun and enticing. And now for the pitfalls. This game didn't need to be in the Arkhamverse. Despite how much I enjoyed the story and the references to the Batman Arkham trilogy, this game didn't need to and shouldn't have taken place in the Arkhamverse. Rocksteady started it in 2009. We had a very fitting and suitable end for our Batman in Arkham Knight, and it felt quite strange to see how he had apparently returned to join the Justice League seemingly out of nowhere. Bearing in mind the multiversal elements of the story, they could have avoided this but made a future season where we get to visit the Arkhamverse Earth for a mission, rather than setting the entire game in the Arkhamverse. Live service. Live service video games suck. We don't want them. There is no reason ever for a game to be 100% live service and not have any kind of an offline mode. If this game isn't a financial success for Warner Bros or Rocksteady, they can turn the servers off at any moment, and the £60 the game cost and any money people have spent on skins in the game is gone forever, even if they still want to be able to replay already released content. This shouldn't be allowed or legal or accepted by us as fans. Every single game should be playable offline, so that if servers ever get taken down, you only lose access to multiplayer capabilities. Mission variation could use some work. The missions are fun, but only because of the movement and gunplay. There's only in essence 3 missions, but they are dressed differently for different characters. There are protect the point/points missions, there are escort missions, and there are retrieve missions. I'd like to see a wider diversity of missions in future updates along with the seasons, or even just better window dressing to help them feel more different. All combat being gun-based limits future character additions, or forces characters to be used in a strange way. I understand gameplay is incredibly difficult to decide on, and there are limitations to what we can reasonably expect, but I do think this game has done itself a disservice by limiting themselves to gunplay, because this does force them to fundamentally rework some villains to be gun-based, or avoid using them altogether, which is a shame. If it means we end up feeling like we don't get a faithful interpretation of the character or miss out on the characters fans would love to play as. With all things considered, as well as me trying my best not to be influenced by other opinions on the game or the discussion around the game, my enjoyment while playing this game is about a 75 out of 100. But the gameplay loop's repetitive nature does hurt its longevity for me personally, and the aspect of potentially losing access to the game if they deem it a commercial failure and turn the servers off moves me down. So, my rating for the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is 62 out of 100. Thank you for listening. Make sure you like and subscribe. Tell me what you thought of the game down below, or let me know what other games you'd like me to review. Thank you very much.